Be watching the race on speed gaming right now, because that isn't quite over yet, but this one's starting anyway. And they're off. Just like any race starting in a series station. So this is the second race for both of our runners here. I just wanted to check their race times in their previous races. It was a 54:36 for Zenkai and a, let's see, 59:48 for Glossio. So that's kind of what they ran last time, but they might, use some different strats, maybe save more or less. We'll see what's happening. This is the first section that's timed, so if you look at the timer in the top right, that is counting down, so a higher time is actually better than a lower time when you get to the end of the of this section. It's somewhat dependent on RNG with this team, but a 43:50 for Zenkai. And Glossio gets a 38:79. Both very decent times for sure. The very, very amazingly good times are 45:46. But anything around 40 is definitely not slow at all. How many speed gaming channels are there? Is just a question from the chat. There are, I think, 8 speed gaming channels. So right now, this is the first part of the game. It's always the same. Doesn't matter what route you run. Nice little down back there by Zenkai. Heading down to Parlor. And Zenkai opts to use Moonfall here, which allows him to fall a lot faster. Glossio does the same thing. So at least we know that, neither of them is cheating by using secret Moonfall tech here and there, which the other one can't use. Moonfall is a completely legal move that saves a couple of seconds here and there in the run. I think it's not a lot, but it's a little bit. Alright, now we'll be seeing them pick up their first missile pack, and then they'll head up back to the surface, where they will fight BT after stealing his bombs. BT don't like no thieves. Zenkai had a nice construction zone there. If you land on the right pixel and shoot up, you remove multiple blocks in one shot and it saves you one shot. That's a tiny time save there. Just optimization. Trying to gap skip across the gaps and pits room. Glossio decides to jump across the pits instead. Pits room is definitely difficult. Zenkai with a right side climb. Glossio doing the same thing. You can also elect to climb through the middle by ledge grabbing the platforms. It's called the Behemoth climb. And both methods are about equally fast, but it depends on the runner what they prefer. Very clean parlor by Glossio there. Zenkai with a slight lead, but anything can happen at this point. So we saw Zenkai with a clean BT fight. BT has 800 health, and the runners tried to shoot him with either one missile or 5 pea shooter shots at a time, which all does 100 damage. 20 damage per shot and 100 per missile. Right now, Zenkai is at the attempting Alcatraz, gets it there. I think that was the second try. Alcatraz is a very difficult trick for newer runners. You have to... Oh, nice first try for Glossio. You have to do a couple of wall jumps in a row and then quickly morph to fit into the little gap. So the name Alcatraz is very fitting because it's hard to escape from. Right now we're gonna see the first major sequence break in the game. This is done by mockballing, which is basically going in ball and retaining your run speed, mocking your run speed. And by doing that, you can quickly go underneath those gates and grab supers here, so you don't have to fight Spore Spawn, who would otherwise give you your first supers. So this basically skips an entire mini-boss fight. Both runners nailing it first try. Glossio is mere seconds behind Zenkai at this point. It's Mockball with MOCK. So right now the runners are going about their route quite similar, using very similar strats to move through these rooms. We might see some deviation later on. I am not entirely sure. I think both of them do run old route, meaning they fight Crate first, then Phantoon, then Dragon, and then Ridley, before going to Mother Brain. But they may make different decisions in what they take with them in terms of items and when they pick them up. Glossio trying to farm a little bit more here. You do like to be healthy for the crate fight and have some extra missiles, some supers. So Zenkai is seen going up here to pick up the Spazer Beam, lovingly known as the Sephi Beam. Sephi is in chat, ladies and gentlemen. The Spazer Beam will help him give him some extra damage power, like just it's a little bit stronger. Plus, it's a lot easier to aim with the Spazer Beam because it's so wide. Oh, but gets grabbed by a little... Oh, get out of there! Get out of there, Zenkai! Oh god! Don't get... Oh my god, that was scary. He decides to go back. Is he? So he grabbed some health. I thought he might go to the slows refill, but he just set up the room again just to get out of that tricky situation there. And because of that, and because Glossio did not pick up the Spacer Beam, the lead has changed by now. Zenkai doing another little sequence break there. You should have, so if you're playing casually, you want to have the high jump boots to get across that gap, but with a little wall jump, you can just make it up there. So Glossio is setting up for the charge beam quick kill here. That means he will have to shoot one charge shot to freeze Kraid's hand, and then he'll shoot four supers at the right timing. Very nicely done. Good job to Glossio. Zenkai is terrified to die here. Ooh, what was that juke? Jeez. Shoot those missiles! Oh god. Zenkai is really just living on the edge, for sure. Going back to collect some more supers from that mini Kraid. And Zenkai setting up for his quick kill right now. He might use the same method. You could also use 2 missiles and then 3 supers, which he will have to do because he doesn't have 4 supers actually. Whoa. Just didn't get the timing right. So Kraid will stand up because he didn't have that extra super. A couple more shots should do it. So to attack Kraid, you first need to hit him, then he will open his mouth, and then you can actually damage him. Gotta feed him that beam. Good job to Zenkai, picking up the Vario suit. And Glossio on his way to the high jump boots. So what you saw Glossio just doing, what you will see Zenkai do very soon is they kill a little enemy in that room before the high jump boots, because the door will not open until all the enemies in the room are dead, and there's only one enemy in that room. So by killing that enemy and opening the door will stay open and you won't have to kill him again. So we'll see later on if Glossio takes ice with him. You do need ice in your run, but you can choose to pick it up early or late. Ice will help in some boss fights and to climb the red tower, but you can do it without that if you know how. But since Glossio did not pick up Spazer, he may also choose to skip the ice beam until later on, whereas Zenkai may actually pick it up soon. The interesting thing about that is that at some point it may seem, if this situation happens, if Glossio skips the ice beam and Zenkai takes it, it may seem like Glossio is very far ahead, but he still has to pick up the ice beam later. So the gap is not as massive as it may seem. Zenkai doing some quick wall jumps to get through the business center there. Oh, and a little mock ball. Before picking up speed, a mock ball is actually faster than just pressing dash. So you can see runners do that in a couple of different places just to save a little bit of time. And it's also very swaggy, of course. Zenkai having no issues there with the Bubble Mountain, the dreaded place. For myself, mostly. And the same actually counts for the room Glossio is in right now, which is called the Double Room. You can fall down the Double Room and lose a lot of time because you need to jump back up, and it's definitely a pain for newer runners. Glossio, however, has no issues whatsoever getting across there and picks up his wave beam. So the time difference between them right now should be about a minute, because the time between picking up speed and picking up wave is about a minute. But Zenkai had a very quick farm session there. Glossio not getting too lucky with the drops there. He would like to have a couple more supers. But he has some more opportunities to farm them on the way. There's definitely one, the CAC that will drop one. And maybe some other stuff that... Like the CAC has a nearly 100% drop rate for supers. The other things vary. Nice quick rep there on Zenkai's side. So Zenkai decided to turn around while landing on those crumble spikes. Those are not actual spikes, they just crumble away. By turning around, he retained his fall speed because the turnaround animation is actually uninterruptible. Oh, Glossio skipping that CAC that would have given him the super, but gets the Alpha Spark. Right now we'll see Glossio heading up the red tower. The top of the red tower... Oh, nice super drop there for him. The top of red tower can be very difficult because you have to do... you basically have to follow your shot up and do a couple of wall jumps without getting hit. Ooh, he got into some troubles at the top there with the last Ripper. I'll have to open the block again. Usually if you miss it the first try, it's kind of hard to back up, but he gets it there. Very nicely done. Zenkai does not seem to bring his Ice Beam with him, so he's gonna have to do the same in just a second here. He's definitely catching up, though. Nice ledge grabs. So let's see how Zenkai handles this. Very quick wall jumps there. First try. Good job. So right now you see Glossio putting down a power bomb because he wants to open the door to the left. Because when he comes back later, he'll have to go through there. Zenkai definitely made up a lot of time there. because of his smooth movement all the way throughout Upper Norfair. Look at those wall jumps. Such swag. So right now, Glacio is trying to get a little short charge here to spark across the moat. We'll see Zenkai do the same in just a second. Meaning, he is just about caught up here. So Glacio sparking across the moat, picking up the missiles. Some people intend to pick up those missiles because it's just a nice safety. Other people prefer to skip him like Zenkai just did. Look at that, the sync. Wow, those synced sparks. This is crazy. Look at that. They're still just about equal here, even though they use slightly different strats. And both going into Phantoon, barely a second apart. Let's see what strats they'll use. It seems like Zenkai is not turning off his Spazer Beam, so he won't be able to use any X Factors, but Glacio might. An X Factor is used... well, basically, you use a Power Bomb while adding a Charge Shot. So if you charge your shot long enough with the Power Bomb selected, like Glacio is doing right now, the X Factor will go off. Very nice, hitting all particles. Meanwhile, Zenkai is using Dopplers. Glacio had a very quick 2-round there, nicely done. And then getting some more Dopplers there. I think the strat Glacio just used was made by, I think that was Poplar's strat. They came up with a strat where you use a couple of missiles at the start, and because of that, you don't have to Doppler the super in the second round, and it's fairly consistent. Zenkai is almost done here. Nicely done. Killing him off with a super. So a super does a lot of damage. I think it's 600 damage to Phantoon, but if you use a super before he is at 600 or less health, he will actually enrage and you will lose a lot of time to that. So that's why we don't use... Nice Addict Spark for Glacio. That's why we don't use supers for the entire fight. So right now, because Glacio had such a fast Phantoon, he has a sizable lead. But anything can still happen. Glacio's gonna jump across bowling here. Oh, getting stuck below the statue there. That has definitely happened to me before. Zenkai's struggling a little bit. He didn't select his power bomb there. Zenkai with a little mock ball. Zenkai uses mock balls everywhere. Just for swag, you know. Also for speed, but mostly for swag. Farming up some health. Maybe supers. His ammo's a little bit low. Meanwhile, Glacio, his health is a little bit low, but he should be fine. He might want at least one more power bomb. But because he used X Factors on Fantoon, we can expect him to use an X Factor on Batoon as well, so he'll need 2 more. Oh, watch out for those crabs, they hurt. Oh no. So, Glacio wanted some power bombs from those crabs, but because he was low on health, they both dropped health to get him back above 50. So he'll have to do some more farming on his way to Batoon. Get grabbed by a little flower there. It's not too big of a deal. It costs about 4 seconds for the flower to release you. So, it's not a crazy amount of time, but it's definitely more than you want to lose to something like that. So Glacio killed that frog for Power Bomb. And he's gonna take the slowest refill because his health is a little bit low, and he will need to spark and then fight Batoon. He may realize he's a little bit ahead as well, so that is definitely something I would agree with. Safety first. Nice D boost. So again, Zenkai is trying to make up some time here. Gets grabbed by a flower as well. So right now we'll see if Glacio might want to farm one more power bomb from a crab here in this next room or in the room after that. He doesn't try to get it there. He has enough if he has one power bomb, but he won't be able to do an X Factor on Batoon like this, so he will need to shoot him with 10 supers, which he doesn't have, so it would be 9 supers and 3 missiles, or another 6, I think. Charge shots with his wave beam. Meanwhile, Zenkai is entering Meridia as well, with somewhat better ammo. Glacio carefully using his supers there, and now he will have to use charge shots for the rest, which might take a little bit of time. So we'll see what Zenkai does. Batoon is dead. Nice super drops there. Those are definitely welcome. And right now we see Zenkai heading into his Batoon fight. Using a similar strat, but since he has this phaser beam, he will have to Nice super shots there by Zenkai. I think all of those hit. Because he had the spacer beam, he had to do way less shots to kill Botswoon off. So that was a very fast fight for Zenkai there. Plus, it's easier, much easier to hit Botswoon with the spacer beam. Since it's so wide and Botswoon's hitbox it just sucks. That's all you can say about that. Zenkai short charging here. Let's see if he can get the halfie. Nicely done. Glacio still a little bit ahead, but Zenkai made up this time again. So we'll see what they do in the Dragon fight at the same time. This is definitely a tight race up to this point. Zenkai playing with the Idor. Oh, Zenkai does not have enough missiles to kill all of these turrets, which kind of sucks because they shoot at you and they can stop your short charge. I think he turned off his spacer beam, so he will set up for an X Factor at the start of this fight as well. Oh. Clash with a little spark straight up. Nice first spark for Zenkai, though. This is definitely a lot going on the same screen right now. It looks like Dragon is quite red on both of their screens already. Oh. The Dragon on Glacio's side is definitely close, and Zenkai kills it off. Gets a nice blue suit there by killing it with a spark at the end. There we go. Zenkai once more taking the lead, meaning we switch audio. Barely ahead. But definitely gonna switch in the lead. So both of them have their oh, Zenkai lost his so Zenkai got the blue suit, which he could have used in this room to spark across, but he must have pressed dash, and then that basically resets your blue suit to be non-existent again. So he'll just have to space jump across, which Glacio had to do anyway since he did not get the blue suit. Right now, both of them will want to get a couple of supers here. You need at least 4 to make it through to the end. Both of them have 5 now. Working. Okay, it's back. So right now, both the runners are heading to pick up the plasma beam, which is the strongest beam in the game, and will help them fight Ridley. Well, there is a stronger beam than this, but you can't pick it up anywhere, you just get it for free at the end. Right now, the runners are still... well, they're basically in the same room right now. They're half a room apart here. Interesting strat by Glacio to kill that pirate on the wall by shooting through the floor. That will definitely make sure that he stays on that side instead of jumping to the other side, which may cost a little bit of time. So Zenkai's trying to get a full charge shot there to kill one of those mini dragons, or I don't know what they're called. I call them mini dragons. And then he can space jump right through the room. Glossia will try to do the same thing here. Going in with the charge shot and space jumping right through. So we see Zenkai moving in to pick up his ice beam. I always like this strat where they you fly, you basically jump right before the door, go in ball, and bounce right through. Looks very swaggy. Glossia instead sparking across this room. Little high five there. So right now we'll see Zenkai. Looks like Zenkai is going to take the southern route here. You can also choose to do a little thing called Ice Escape, which is a mock ball with a difficult setup that gets you through that next room before the gates close. Glossia also going the southern route. Ooh, and Zenkai getting the space boost there. Straight through that room. Zenkai is just nailing all the swag here. Picking up the Nutella refill. Glossia also getting that space boost there. Oh, but misses the space jump in the next room. But since he will not need the Nutella refill, he'll try to jump straight across, but bonk the ceiling there. So he'll set up and gain a little bit more speed. Oh, Zenkai got hit by a little flame there, but that doesn't set him back too much. So coming up real soon is the room called the worst room in the game. It's definitely a bad room, true to his name. Also that rhymed. It's a room with a bit of a difficult strat because you're supposed to have screw attack there. I think I'm setting up for speed pillars here. Let's see if he gets it. Oh, another space boost right through him. Nicely done. So Zenkai entering the worst room in the game right now. Let's see if he gets through it. Oh, he'll need to put that power bomb a little bit higher, I think. Yes. So he missed a little jump there, meaning he didn't put the power bomb down, but gets a nice backup there. Meanwhile, Glossia just tries to kill all of the pirates and then putting down a power bomb. Glossia doing the space jumps with a little wall jump from the left, which means you don't have to fall down and then time your space jumps right. This can be a little bit difficult, so it's all runner's preference there. It's not big of a difference in time. So Zenkai had an extra... Oh, Glossia as well. I guess Glossia did the speed pillars as well. I must say I missed that, but because they both have a couple extra power bombs here, they can use those and quickly move through these rooms. Zenkai fighting the metal pirates. Both of them will be fighting Ridley very soon, because Glossio is entering the same room, the metal pirates room. What a close race. Both of them have the same amount of E-tanks here. We'll see how comfortable they are with going in with a little bit less health. Zenkai seems to want a little bit more than just 308 he has right now. But the farm did not give him anything but ammo, so that kind of sucks. Glossio looking a bit more healthy. So Ridley dies to 20 plasma shots. He can swoop and he can pogo, and both those patterns are basically open for manipulation. So you can force Ridley to do one or the other by moving towards through the room in a specific manner. Ridley definitely close to death right now on Zenkai's screen. Zenkai saying in chat, for Waldo, because Waldo sadly died to Ridley in both of his races up to this point. But a nice vengeance for a friend here. Thank you, Zenkai. We're also having a little bit of issues here with Ridley, who does not want to stop pogoing. Jeez, Ridley. You must be close to death. Ooh. Be careful. Okay, I think, yeah, Ridley was dead. Glossio just opted to stay safe on the left side and wait for him to blow up. Nicely done. Both of them took the E-tank here. Just a little bit of extra health. So right now, they're basically in one of the harder parts of the run, where everything does a lot of damage, and I guess it's one of the places where even experienced runners still die a lot outside of boss fights. On top of that, it has quite difficult movement because of all the weird ledges and all this platforming going on. So what you just saw on Zenkai's screen was he used his plasma beam to clip through a little key hunter there. If you shoot the key hunter at the right time, the key hunter will basically have a certain time where it can't hit you and you can't hit it. It's like iframes kind of. So if you shoot that plasma beam at the right time, you can just walk straight through him without getting hit. You might do the same thing again here. Now he decides to kill these key hunters because they're assholes. Well deserved. That last one could live, just, you know, even though it's the worst one. Nice mock ball there by Zenkai. Again, Zenkai does these mock balls everywhere. Glossio clipping through. Oh. Get stuck. Get out of there, Glossio. Kill them. Just go. Whew. That room gets intensely laggy if you shoot a lot. So you're definitely afraid to die because those key hunters 50 damage every time they hit you. So it's extremely scary, and if you're just shooting your plasma beam, it starts lagging a lot, and whew. So right now, Zenkai is in the lead, but barely so. So after they escape that scary part where you can die, they're both headed up to the G4 now, and then into Torian to fight Mother Brain. I think Galacio wants to farm up there a little bit because he's a little bit afraid of, everything he may encounter. Let's see what Zenkai does to this fish here in this screen. Oh, he just waves at it. How friendly. That fish is, well, it's kind of a long story, but it's definitely become an important part in everyone's run in this tournament. Though some people just ignore the fish, rudely enough. A fish of legend, indeed. It's a very special fish. We'll see if Glosio does anything to the fish right now. Nah. Glosio says, fuck you, fish, I don't care about you. I got some time to make up here. No time to wave or kill you. Am I being a robot? Oh god. Anyway, Zenkai just got to, to the G4. Glosio is right behind him there. Let's see what time Zenkai gets on this elevator to see how big the difference is right now. Zenkai doing a little bit of dance there. So that's a 48:51. Well, Glosio just entered the G4 room and has to wait until all of these statues disappear. So right now, while they're in Torian, they're gonna kill a bunch of Metroids here, using supers because it's fast, and sometimes they may elect to use missiles because they want to have enough supers at the end. Enough supers means, well, you really just want as many. You don't have soft locking at the end, but if you have 20 missiles, you will need at least 6 supers, and with 25, you will need at least 5 supers. But the more, the better. Because if you say you would only have those 6 supers, you will have to open all the doors with missiles, then refill your missiles. Time to that. So, you really want 3 more supers just to open doors, so you don't have to take any refills. So to be about 50 seconds apart. Zenkai is not going for a baby skip here. Doing a baby skip by damaging down and getting grabbed by baby. So by damaging down, he just makes sure that baby grabbing him doesn't take too long. Also grouping these Metroids. Making sure to have enough ammo to go through. Both of them had full supers, so they should be fine. Galasha also damaging down, meaning he won't baby skip. Oh, where did he go? The baby just flew off of the screen there for a second. Nice zip skip by Zenkai on the other screen. Now being careful to not soft lock. If you run out of supers on this part before she dies, or basically if you run out of ammo, you will not be able to finish at all. So runners usually are quite careful, especially with the turrets trying to snipe their ammo. Alright, so we're in the Mother Brain fight. It's 20 charge shots, and Zenkai will have to, or Galasha as well in a minute, they will have to have more than 3 full E-tanks at the end. So that is 301 or more health. Galasha taking a save. Just in case he soft blocks or dies to Mother Brain. So Zenkai damaged down a little bit to get to those 3 full E-tanks. If you're not at 3 full E-tanks when Mother Brain shoots her first rainbow beam, she will try to damage you down to less than 100 afterwards, which takes some time. Galasha as well, being careful with this ammo here. Nicely done. Just about 1 Mother Brain fight apart here. Which takes, I think, a little bit less than a minute. Let's see those 20 charge shots for Galasha as well. The nice thing is that if the runners lose count, they basically just have to look at when Mother Brain does her first ketchup beam. That one. Because after that it's only 4 more shots. Or 3 if you if she did it at 17. Baby dying on Zenkai's screen, but don't be afraid because here it comes, here it comes. Boom! It just flew from Zenkai's screen to Galasha's screen. Nice fight there. Zenkai shooting her, even though she's long dead. Getting some extra shots in there, just to be sure that she's dead. Okay, she must be gone now. And I'm pretty sure the baby Metroid, like after it dies on Galasha's screen, it will fly to another screen to the left. That's just, you know, an infinite cycle. Right now we see Zenkai on the escape. I'm not sure if these runners are animal savers or not. think Glacio might save them. And the guy having no issues there. Sparking straight up the climb. Well, Glacio kills off Mother Brain. Zenkai says no to the animals. Saving some frames, of course. And getting onto his ship with an official SRL time of 56:39. GG, Zenkai. Let's see if we can get these runners on stream for a little interview while Glacio finishes up barely behind his PB. Amazing run by Glacio there. GG. Hello to Zenkai just joining us here. Congrats, Zenkai, on your race to win. How do you feel?
Thank you. Rather sweaty. That was a pretty sweaty run. I'm sweating bullets. Mini Kraid is officially the hardest boss in the game. But I just want to say, GG to Glacio. That was I saw him type. I think he said 12-second difference. So good game. I really hope you guys in chat enjoyed that. Everyone watching. Nobody. I don't want to just win by a landslide. I want to give you guys a good race. So I hope
this was definitely a close race. You switched to lead back and forth a couple of times. I think you took. First you were ahead, but then you picked up Spazer. Had some issues there in that room with that maw trying to kill you.
That was terrible. That maw. Oh my god! I want to rip it out of the ground and cook it.
That was very scary for sure. And then you almost died to a mini Kraid as well. And yeah, by then, Glacio had pulled the lead, but I think the sync happened right at Ocean Spark. I think somebody clipped it actually, so you should definitely look into that later. Yeah.
Excellent.
You sparked across the ocean at the exact same time. That was
oh, that's cool.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I love because I can't. If racing with the window open it adds to the sweat. So I'm glad. I love that stuff like that happens. A close race, no matter what time I think we're at. Like even if we ran hour-and-a-half races, as long as they're close, I think that gives people something.
Yeah, for sure.
Get excited for.
For sure, and I definitely like that. So with the format we're using this tournament, the races will get closer and closer as we go.
Absolutely.
That is very cool. I'm not sure if Glacio wants to join for an interview or maybe. Oh, I'm not sure. Are you in the Speak Gaming chat?
I am.
Because Seppi just posted that clip right there. Right. If you want to check it out.
Yes, I do actually. Let's see. Oh wow. Oh my god. That's crazy. Whoa. Oh, that is gnarly.
Yeah, that was definitely insane. Like I think Glacio had a couple of, so he pulled ahead of you early on, but then had some issues with his short charges, and uh, yeah, you sparked at the exact same time, and then
Yeah.
afterwards he I think had a faster Fantoon, and you had a faster Dragon, and it was just
Mhm.
back and forth. Is
I'm super. I jumped into chat when because I felt good about my Ridley kill, and I got a quick peek at the restream and saw that we were both in Ridley's room, and that was exciting to me because I knew that we were having a good race, not
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
you know one sided either way.
Yeah, for sure. So, do you always take the Spacer Beam with you?
I didn't for a long time, and because when I originally started running the game, I dropped it really quickly, and because I thought X Factor was so cool, like the feeling of getting a 2 round X Factor on
Oh,
Fantoon
for
was just
sure.
like, you just put on the sunglasses and then take them off again. It was just a cool feeling. But as I started to run the game more, I found that if that went wrong, then I just felt crappy the whole time, and it made me really wish, like, I really wish I picked up Spazer for consistency, because it makes, you can kill most cac attacks with one shot, I think, if not all
Yeah,
of them. The wider beam, you shoot out blocks quicker. It just makes the run feel smoother.
yeah,
So
exactly.
I've been leaning on it a bit, and I found that my times are pretty much the same. If you took an average of a bunch of times running with and without, I think it would come out to be pretty close.
Yeah, just because of that consistency.
Precisely.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of people, if they take Spacer, they also take early ice, but you,
Hmm.
like, obviously you didn't have any issues with the red tower. Do you feel, yeah, how do you feel
Yeah,
about
I
taking
thought about
ice?
it, and I was like, well, maybe, like, why am I not getting early ice? Like, I should do that. But then going back to ice later and then going the southern route and getting the refill before Norfair,
Mm-hmm.
without having to farm the bugs and the alternate route, it just felt better. It feels smoother.
Exactly.
So, um, I don't know if anyone else has ever done that, but it works for me, and I didn't want to
Yeah.
mess with my muscle memory too much. But I know I definitely need to work on my Spazer exit.
Oh, yeah,
But
the little jump there?
yeah, it's easy to get tripped up there because of the water, and like, did you fast fall through the block or did you not? So that kind of
Yeah,
depends
yeah.
on how you move. And yeah, that and mini crade were just rough.
For sure. Like, everybody was definitely a little bit scared for you there. But you did some real good jukes of the mini creed spikes though. Like one of those, I think you actually like ducked and then jumped and like
Yeah,
barely avoided a spike, and it just looked so lucky.
yeah, because I ran out of there with like 9 health or something, and I knew that, like, if I hadn't made that, I was thinking about it as I was going to crade, like, if I didn't dodge that, then that would have been the kill for me. Like, I would have died.
Yeah.
And I mean, I meant to do it. I was just amazed that I pulled it off. Like, feel my face flushing as it was happening. Um, but yeah, that was I was kind of really proud of that, and that's kind of what a beautiful thing about this game. When people, maybe they don't get their first strats, but the way they can recover can just be,
Oh yeah.
just as cool, right?
I definitely feel like you can tell how good a runner is by how good their backups are.
Totally. Yeah, right. And sometimes you see things that you've never seen before, or jukes like that, that you've never seen. Because I knew when I saw the spikes coming, I was like, oh God, like, there's no way.
Yeah.
And I haven't, the last 3 runs that I've done for practice, I haven't finished. I died on Batoon, I would die on Ridley,
Hmm.
I soft lock on Mother Brain Tank. So, like, when that was happening, I was like, please don't let this happen. So
Yeah.
I just knew I wanted to finish, and the way that it turned out, I couldn't be happier.
Definitely GG. Nah. Are you ready for your next races? Do you feel like you would do anything different?
I definitely want to grind out, figure out how to pick up Spazer and exit that room in a more consistent way. Um,
Hmm.
I was really nervous about because I had such a good race for me on the last Saturday against
Yeah.
Beeps. I was like, how am I going to follow this up? Like, I'm pretty much guaranteed a bad run, but all runs have good and bad things about them. So as long as you can let go of a bad thing that happened. So I guess, I had a great run the first one, and this was, definitely could have been better. So I feel a little bit more at ease going into the next race for sure.
Nice. Yeah, like you don't have to do better than, or well, you still want to do better, but you don't have that pressure.
Right,
Like
absolutely. Yeah, I'm kind of like I've created a little bit of an average for myself about what people can expect, or at least what I can expect out of myself.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am too.
Race next week and the weeks after that. So good luck to you.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to say?
I just want to thank you for the commentary. I know you did a great job, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching the race back. And GG's to Glaucio, and props to him for doing commentary for the Portuguese channel too. I think that's a really awesome thing. So big props to him if he's listening. I'm super glad we got to run a good race, and that's about it.
Yeah. All right, then I'll see you next time, and see everyone next mission. You gotta say that, right?
yeah. See you next mission.
See you
Thanks,
next
fellow.
mission. All right. Bye-bye.
Take care.